Georgia is one of 6 states with primaries taking place. The others include Oregon, Idaho, Alabama, Kentucky, and Pennsylvania, as you see on this map right here, setting the stage for a packed primary day in the 2026 midterm season. Georgia voters are deciding key primaries for U.S. Senate, governor, and lieutenant governor that could shape November's election landscape. Down ballot races for the Georgia Public Service Commission, Agriculture Commissioner, and Supreme Court could have major statewide impacts. Voters say they are looking at the big races, but also staying focused on the local ones as well.
The local judges, a lot of them were in comment though, but there are a couple of new faces, and also in the Public Service Commission as well.
Some of the local ones were more important to me because, unfortunately, some of the bigger ones, they're already, pretty much taken, into consideration. But of course, I did vote my side.
CBS News Atlanta has reporters across Metro Atlanta covering the primaries in your neighborhood. Leandra, Madeline, and Rashad are standing by, but we start with Brian Unger, who's here with the overall election picture for us. Brian, good evening to you.
Good evening, Sharon. We are in Peachtree City, a city well known for its golf cart paths. This city is about 40,000 people, sits in Fayette County. The split here is about 60% Republican and 40% Democrat. And we're going to begin tonight by talking about the U.S. Senate race. This is kind of a unicorn voter. I say unicorn because we've been covering politics in Georgia, and we've talked about these voters, but we've never actually met one. A lifelong Republican, voted for Trump, but is supporting Jon Ossoff. Take a listen.
We lean towards the unopposed race. We've kind of got some immigration is a hot topic. I think with the current administration, been a lifelong Republican. Just not happy with the way things are going and been, and hoping we can start a little bit of a change with that.
So that unopposed race he's talking about, of course, is Senator Jon Ossoff, who is running unopposed currently in this primary. But this is kind of a worst-case scenario, not just for Georgia Republicans, but nationally, which is someone who is a lifelong Republican, a Trump supporter, but who is souring on certain issues that this administration is pushing, the governing party currently, and they are flipping. So it all goes to this narrow balance nationally, 2024 baseline vote, where Trump took 50% of the vote in Georgia and 48% of the vote was taken by Harris. Ossoff would have to flip those numbers to retain his seat. At 5:30, Sharon, we will talk about the governor's race. Voters here have very strong opinions about that.
I bet they do. Brian, thank you so much. Well, Cobb County election officials say they've experienced technical difficulties at some of their polling locations. They say backup procedures are in place and voting has not stopped. Our Leandra Head is live at a Cobb County polling location. Leandra, good evening to you. And what are you noticing from your vantage point?
Good evening, Sharon. Voters have steadily come in here to the Thompson Community Center in Mableton, steadily come in to cast their ballots. Just take a look at this very long line here that has significantly picked up just within the last 45 minutes. Now, Cobb County election officials say that poll pad devices were down to check voters in, leaving poll workers to manually check people in. But they do say voting has continued without any interruptions. One voter we spoke to says things appear to be back to normal.
It was smooth. It was great. I did hear some word that there was some issues earlier, but it seems like it's been resolved because I was able to go in and get out within like 20 minutes, 25 minutes or so.
Now, coming up at 6, we'll hear from voters on what key issues are driving them to the polls. Sharon, back to you.
Seems to be moving smoothly, though, right now. All right, we'll check back in with you. Leandra, thank you. The Secretary of State's office is providing updated information throughout the day as they monitor any potential issues at polling sites across the state. And our Rashad Williams is live at the Elections Operations Center in South Atlanta. Rashad, good afternoon to you. And what are you hearing about the turnout there?
Good afternoon, Sharon. Look, the clock is ticking for voters to get out to the polls to cast their ballots. But in a recent update from the Deputy Secretary of State, Matt Ticer, he says that voter turnout for this primary has been strong. Now, when we break down the numbers, he says 550,000 voters, people have voted today, which equals about a 20% turnout, with the expectation that more voters will cast their ballots as we get closer to 7 p.m. Here's how each party is represented so far.
That breaks down to about 51% Republican, 46% Democrat, and about 3% nonpartisan. Ballots have been pulled.
A few other updates. The Secretary of State's office is expecting a request for a 4-hour extension at Eisen Elementary School in Fulton County. This after a lockdown earlier today at that polling location. Average wait times, we're told, across the state are low, with the exception of an issue with longer lines in Canton and Cherokee County. And to address that issue, we're told additional polling equipment has been sent to that site. We are expecting another full update within the hour. Sharon?
All right, Rashad, thank you for the latest there. A judge in Fulton County today reversing course on an election night lawsuit. Earlier today, he ordered Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger to open the state's election reporting room to poll watchers. But this afternoon, the judge canceled that order. He says the Republican candidates who sued did not follow the right legal steps. That means the so-called election bunker will stay closed to outsiders while votes are being counted tonight. And there are a little less than 2 hours left to vote in the primary. Our Madeline Montgomery is live in Norcross at Lucky Shoals Park. And Madeline, you've seen a steady flow of voters there?
I have, Sharon. I've seen a good amount of people coming in here as they get off work, and that's despite the fact that over 76,000 people voted early here in Gwinnett, and that's a little over 12% of the registered people in this county. And I spoke with one gentleman who reestablished how important it is to make sure and check your polling location before showing up to vote.
I have to come and vote because that's my responsibility. I need to do what I have to do as a responsible citizen. I came over here and it's a wrong address. I got to go to the right place right now. So I got to do this vote right now, quickly.
He rushed off right after that. You can check your precinct if you go onto your county elections board website. And reminder that most polling locations close at 7 o'clock. Sharon?
I love that he's saying it's his civic responsibility. He's going to go and do it right now. Love to see that. All right, Madeline, thank you. And for full election coverage, head over to the CBS News app. We have a live blog with minute-by-minute election updates. Ahead in 10 minutes, we dive deeper into some of the campaign watch parties taking place across Metro Atlanta.